Hi guys, welcome to Body Successful. Today's topic, exogenous ketones. So I had a patient last week call me and she asked me, did you know that you can buy exogenous ketones in a jar online? And she had this tone of like I've been holding out on her or something. And so when she came for her visit, I did have to clear out a lot of misconceptions about exogenous ketones. So I figured a lot of people must have fallen for the same advertising gimmicks as she has. So I figured we need to address this online. So, exogenous ketones have been manufactured in a lab by humans since the 1960s. And the purpose of that was originally to figure out how they could treat and manage or even prevent certain diseases like childhood seizures, for example. So, since the 60s, obviously, exogenous ketones have stood their test of time. They have their place on the market. But recently, they have been associated with weight loss. And so in today's video, we need to figure out the validity between consuming exogenous ketones and whether or how they help you lose weight. So the bottom line is when you are consuming a diet, a conventional Western diet, the primary source of energy your body utilizes is glucose. Now, when you are going to restrict that quantity of glucose that you're consuming severely, like you do it in a ketogenic diet, then the body has to look elsewhere for energy source. And it does that by burning your fat stores. So when it turns to oxidize your fat stores for energy, and it does it efficiently, it'll produce ketone bodies endogenously, in other words, inside the body, and those will be your tokens of energy. And this is what we call nutritional ketosis, right? Versus exogenous ketones, which we are introducing into the body from the outside in. So those are synthetically made, man-made, lab-made chemicals. And they have absolutely no value to you unless you're already in nutritional ketosis, because nutritional ketosis means that your body has switched physiologically over from a glucose burning mode into a ketone burning mode. And that is a process, all right? So you can be introducing as many ketone bodies as you'd like from the outside in. If your body is not switched over to that ketone burning mode, then it's not going to recognize ketones and it's not going to be able to reach for them for energy consumption. Therefore, they're going to go to waste. So, can you take exogenous ketones to push you into ketosis and keep you there? Well, the thing is, this is where the advertising companies and the supplement companies kind of become wishy-washy, because they don't explain you exactly the nomenclature, the lingo. So when you are in nutritional ketosis, what that means is that you're following a strict ketogenic diet for a while now. Your body is able to reach for fat as an energy source, utilizes fat as a primary energy source. It oxidizes fat, it produces ketone bodies inside. Your own body is doing it endogenously. It makes the ketone bodies and uses them for energy, and it does that efficiently. That is nutritional ketosis. And that physiologically is day and night from ketonemia. Ketonemia simply is when you're capable of detecting ketone bodies in the blood. So when you're introducing exogenous ketones into the body, that promotes ketonemia. That promotes the presence of ketone bodies in the blood. But it does not mean that it'll promote nutritional ketosis. That's a completely different thing physiologically, right? So even though you introduce beta-hydroxybutyrate into your body from the outside in, you introduce this exogenous ketones into your body outside in, it doesn't mean that the body can utilize it. So what? They're present in your bloodstream, but the body is incapable of reaching for them as a form of energy because it has not switched over from carbohydrate burning mode into fat burning mode. And the manufacturers will be really quick to encourage you to, yes, prick your finger, take your blood test for a ketone blood amount to see how many ketones you have in your blood, and they will tell you 30 minutes after you consume it, you're going to detect ketones after 3 hours, which is very true. It's also true. However, because your body has not switched over, if you're not following a ketogenic diet and you're not in nutritional ketosis, the body is incapable of utilizing those ketones that you introduce from the outside in because it's in a glucose burning mode, period. So congrats, you're going to be just wasting your money. So don't fall for these false ads. So when, again, the manufacturers advertise that eat this stuff and you'll be in ketosis, what they're really saying is that after you consume exogenous ketones, you'll see the presence of ketones in your blood. However, it does not mean you're in nutritional ketosis, because the body can't utilize the ketones you introduced exogenously because it is in a glucose burning mode, right? So you're just making expensive pee. The only way for you to switch physiologically from a glucose burning mode to a fat burning mode utilizing ketones for energy is by following a ketogenic diet for a while and going through that process that it takes. It takes time and it takes effort from your body to learn how to utilize ketones versus sugar for energy. All right. So if you think that you're following a conventional diet and you're going to be taking in exogenous ketones and that's going to push you into ketosis and it's magically going to keep you there and it's going to help you burn a ton of fat, you're going to be grossly disappointed, because that's not the case. So exogenous ketones are not a magic pill. Sometimes these advertisers show you. They're not a glucose blocker. They're not a kind of fat burner. And they're not going to magically help you shed the fat, okay? So it's very important to understand that the only way you can reap the effects of exogenous ketones for real is if you are already in nutritional ketosis. For example, let's say you have an endurance athlete who is going to have a big race. They are in nutritional ketosis already for a while. They follow a ketogenic diet. But now they're looking forward to a period of time when they're going to have extended amount of energy because they are going through an endurance race. So yes, for this individual, taking an exogenous ketones would be ideal because they need extra energy. So then they can have the continuous flow of energy throughout their race. So that is an appropriate time to consume exogenous ketones. Let me give you an analogy, for example. Let's say you travel to a foreign country and you have all these dollars in your pocket. So even though you have this spending potential, unfortunately, when you get there, you are not able to buy anything because you realize that the country you're in only takes, for example, like Bitcoins, okay? So unless you change the system in that country to the US currency, to dollars, your dollar spending potential is literally zero, because you can't buy anything because Bitcoins are not dollars and dollars are not Bitcoins, right? So you're having an abundance of ketones floating around through the ingestion of exogenous ketones, but unless you can change your body's currency, your energy currency, from glucose to ketones first, your exogenous ketones are no good here. Your exogenous ketones will be wasted because the body is in a glucose burning mode. So having said that though, there is appropriate times and situations when it is appropriate and it's good to take exogenous ketones. For the lay person who is not, the big super endurance athlete, there are certain situations that can be beneficial to utilize exogenous ketones. And one of these situations is to ease you into ketosis. Okay, there's a lag period when you introduce the ketogenic diet into your body, and the time it takes for the body to adapt to that and become keto adapted or be in full nutritional ketosis. And because this period of time is an adaptation, the body can start feeling malaise and tired. So this, because it's simply the body is not efficient of making enough ketones yet, so you are kind of energy depleted. So here, exogenous ketones can give you that extra needed energy. They help kickstart the body into utilizing ketones as a fuel of choice. And also they will provide you some electrolytes, which are so important for proper function, because beta-hydroxybutyrate comes in a form of salt, which is abundant in sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. When I refer to beta-hydroxybutyrate, this is a type of exogenous ketones that I'm going to be using interchangeably. Now, another scenario when you can use exogenous ketones that are appropriate is when you're working out. Supposedly you're already keto adapted, and you are looking to have a big workout, or you are looking to have a race, or you're looking to just simply know that you will require a lot of energy, that you can certainly utilize exogenous ketones to provide you with that extra energy, that they can reduce your hunger, and of course they can help you work out longer, harder, faster, and all that. So remember, some decades ago it was accepted practice that in super endurance athletes or endurance athletes would carb load before a competition. Well, that's actually the concept of the past now. The majority of these athletes actually use fat as a source of energy now, so they don't hit that wall. Remember the expression of the runner when they hit the wall and their energy just drops? Well, they figured out that utilizing ketones provides a much more steady form of energy, so they're no longer carb loading, they're ketone loading actually. So for these individuals, if you think about it, exogenous ketones are diamond. Another aspect that you can utilize, another scenario that you can utilize exogenous ketones is for cognitive benefits. Now, since the brain uses up the vast majority of the energy our body produces, and ketones can cross the blood-brain barrier easily, exogenous ketones are compared to nootropics. And These are compounds that have been developed for, optimizing focus, optimizing memory, and cognitive performance. So when you are feeling sluggish and, especially when you're actually entering in the nutritional ketosis, this can be really beneficial as well. And last but not least, another beneficial period that I'd like to mention that I think exogenous ketones are useful is aid you in weight loss, but it is not what you think, as you saw, right? Advertisers lead you to believe that exogenous ketones are a weight loss supplement. They're not. Often they misrepresent the product and tell you that it's a kind of a fat burner. It absolutely is not. Okay. However, ketones can help you with weight loss because they are going to normalize your hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin. And this in turn is going to help you not overeat and with satiety. And this is one way by which exogenous ketones can help you have a better handle on your weight loss. Now also, exogenous ketones fire up brown adipose tissue. Now this is very interesting, also known as brown fat. Now this is a good type of fat in your body that generates heat by burning calories. So the main function of the brown fat, or BAT, is to transfer energy from food you eat into heat. So which means that you will be burning more fat. So, and also what is good is that adding exogenous ketones does not interfere with the body's ability to burn fat and produce its own ketones for energy, provided that you are already in nutritional ketosis when you are consuming exogenous ketones on a regular basis. But you have to remember something, all right? If you are looking to lose weight, what is the cardinal rule of weight loss? In order to lose weight, it doesn't matter what type of diet you follow or what energy source you are following or using. The bottom line is, in order to lose weight, you have to always eat in a caloric deficit every day consistently in order to lose weight. So what are exogenous ketones? Exogenous ketones are another form of energy. In other words, they have caloric value. In other words, if you're looking to lose weight, you still have to be conscious of how much of these exogenous ketones you're consuming, because you add to your total daily energy consumption. So you have to be mindful that you still stay in a caloric deficit if you want to lose weight. Exogenous ketones are a great portable energy source for someone who is on a ketogenic diet, especially if weight loss is really not your primary goal. All right, so there you have it, guys. I hope we cleared up some of these misconceptions, and they will help you come through these misleading advertisings and misrepresentation of products. And I hope this was helpful. I think this is it from you guys. If you like the contents of the video, please subscribe, where you'll find more information like this. And if you like the video, shoot me a thumbs up. This is Dr. K, all the way, signing out till next time.